This video is not to look down on any efforts or to downgrade the improvements of any government, but it's actually to like compare two states that at a point in time we're at the same level and how one has actually moved ahead and is doing very well. And because for a state that was in a moribund state financially some few years, that speaks a lot about intentionality and the exponential growth that I noticed in Enugu State. So I'm going to do this today, and I'm not really too disturbed about those of you that want to condemn and call me names and all that. But the truth is, Nigeria is the only country we have, and we are going to have to learn how to be accountable, hold our leaders accountable. And some of these things I do is basically for that. I wanted to believe that the Southeast was finally learning to stand on its own, to grow its own money instead of waiting on Abuja every month. Because whether you like it or not, you take it or not, the Southeast have not been treated fairly. And in one state, that hope is real. But it left me with a harder question. What exactly is Enugu doing that its neighbor is not doing? So I'm going to fact. In 2022, Enugu State totally internally generated revenue was 26.8 billion naira. By 2023, it had grown to 37.4 billion. By 2024, to 180.5 billion. By 2025, 406.77 billion naira, hitting 80% of its own target. For 2026, Enugu is projecting 870 billion naira. That is roughly a 15-fold increase in 3 years under one governor, Peter Mba. Here is exactly where that puts Enugu nationally. So not just within the eastern coast, not just regionally. In 2025, the National Bureau of Statistics, an independent federal body, not Enugu's own government, ranked Enugu 5th out of all 36 states and the FCT, behind only Lagos, Rivers, FCT and Ogun. That is the only official full national ranking available. For the first quarter of 2026, one financial outlet, legit.ng, singled out Enugu alongside only Lagos and Ogun as the standout performers of the quarter, after the state generated 43.9 billion naira internally in those 3 months alone. Even without an official 2026 ranking yet, the underlying number speaks for itself. From 2020 to 2025, Enugu's growth rate of 663% was the fastest of any state. Now, look next door, because I compare states. Ebonyi State monthly internally generated revenue as of December 2025 reached a record of 2.1 billion naira. Annualized, that put Ebonyi entire yearly IGR at roughly 25 million naira. Enugu generated more than that in 2023 alone. Same region, same 13.5 years ago, when the two states had almost identical internally generated revenue. One is now approaching 1 trillion naira, the other has not yet crossed 30 billion. Wow. Here is how Enugu says it got there. The government of Enugu State points to a central revenue management system that brought every agency's collection onto one platform, e-ticketing for market traders, a zero cash collection policy, the recovery of over a dozen previously moribund state assets, now generating revenue as businesses in their own right. Over 87% of the state 2025 revenue came from these non-tax sources, not from raising taxes on residents. But not everyone in Enugu is convinced the story is that clean. Residents and business owners have publicly complained of aggressive revenue collection, padlock shops and sanction notices posted on buildings across the state. A hotelier named Chidera Nwangu said the pressure to meet government levies was hurting staff welfare and limiting business expansion. The National Bureau of Statistics separately ranked Enugu among the costliest states in the country to live in. I'm not going to hide the facts. According to researchers, the sharpest criticism came from a commentator named SKC Ogbonna, who accused the state government directly of using its Smart Green Schools initiative, Governor Mba's signature education project, as what he called a pipeline for misappropriation, alleging billions go into aesthetic structure while our actual teaching quality and primary education continues to decay. He asked the government publicly on record where exactly the source of this revenue is and where the money actually goes. But the sharpest challenge of all did not come from outside the ruling party. It came from inside it. An APC chieftain in Enugu State, Chief Basil Ani, published a statement with a title that says it's plainly 406.77 billion fiction or a scandal waiting to be proven. Ani argued the figure collapsed under scrutiny. His point was simple. A government that truly earns over 400 billion naira in a single year does not leave its own retirees in permanent pension arrears. Permanent pension payment, he said, are a first-line obligation, not a luxury. He pointed to delay contractors' payments and unfinished projects, including the Nike-Opi Road dualization, as further evidence that the real cash flow does not match the claimed number. His most technical point caused the deepest. Of the 406.77 billion naira claimed, 87.4% is filed under non-tax revenue, a category with no independent audit and no public breakdown available anywhere. I give it to you the way it is. And he said if this figure is accurate, the money has either been mismanaged at an embarrassing scale or it was inflated for publicity. Now, Enugu people, let's hear from you. Anyway, the Enugu state government, through its revenue chairman, has responded that all revenue collected is legitimate, used for infrastructure and social services, and that high living costs in the state stem from housing and rent patterns, not taxation. Neither side has produced an independent third-party audit of the non-tax revenue figure that settles the question either way. Now, I'm comparing Enugu with Ebonyi states. Let's go, because this is where the fairness in the story gets complicated. In January 2026, Ebonyi Governor Francis Nwifuru announced during his New Year address that his government had procured 3 aircraft to launch an airline called Ebonyi Air, following Enugu's own earlier launch of Enugu Air. He said the planes will arrive within the month. A state lawmaker has since publicly alleged that 50 billion naira was earmarked and released in August 2025 for this exact purchase, and that the money was handed to a private individual doing street business in Malaysia, who was sent to China to source the planes, and who later told the governor he had been scammed and never purchased a single aircraft. The lawmaker has publicly asked on record where the aircrafts are and where the 50 billion naira went as of this recording. No aircraft have been publicly confirmed, delivered, and the Ebonyi state government has not issued a detailed public accounting in response to this specific allegation. This is not the first time a fraud allegation has followed Ebonyi state government. In 2024, a whistleblower named Chika Nwoba alleged that 3 billion naira meant for an empowerment program for Ebonyi's hawkers and house helps have been diverted. He was arrested days after making that allegation. A coalition of Southeast youth leaders publicly petitioned the police and the EFCC over his detention. accusing the governor of handling fraud allegations, in their words, with kid gloves. Separately, a group representing persons with disabilities alleged that out of the 171 empowerment slots promised to their members, only 39 people actually received the money. Whatever the truth of any single allegation, the pattern is now public record. People who raise fraud allegations against this state government have repeatedly ended up in police custody. Not the officials they accused. So here is the fuller picture. One state has grown its own revenue 15 times over, backed with named system, named, known and seen, and named assets, while facing real on record criticism from its own residents and commentators about the human cost of that growth. The other state has a fraction of that revenue and is now facing allegation from one of its own lawmaker that 50 billion naira meant to build an airline simply disappeared. The facts are on the table. The conclusion is yours. I am not asking you to agree with me. I am asking you to listen to me and to think about the data I sourced and presenting before you. Drop a comment if 87% of a state revenue sits in a category nobody outside government can independently audit. Is that transparency, or is that a number you are simply asked to trust? And in a state where past whistleblowers have ended up arrested, who is brave enough to demand answers about 50 million naira? I want you to understand that Enugu's improvement is such that I really am glad the governor is doing this much and people are attesting to it and there are records to show it. But Ebonyi state is on the decline and has been at that level. So if you are from that state, or you know somebody that is from Ebonyi state, can the person attest to this information? Can the person come and tell us what is really going on there? And if you are from Enugu state as well, I want to hear from you. Has things really improved, or are these audit figures? Are these audios number? So I want to hear from you. Share this video. Tag somebody who needs to see this, especially if you know somebody from Ebonyi state or Enugu state. Please share and tag them. And if you are not already following me on YouTube, go do that now. I read every comment. My name on YouTube still remains Patience Smith.